Hello, I'm Lorenzo Cordova. The following program consists of recently secured footage of a personal tour of Q101 I took in 2007. Ryan and Kevin Manno were gracious enough to give me a look behind the mic during their shows on the night of August 1st, 2007 and the morning of August 2nd, 2007. Since the taping of this program, the Manno brothers have left Q101. Ryan Manno now hosts the weekly Chicagoland-based music feature program JBTV. Kevin Manno is now host of MTV's The 7, a daily live entertainment program. Thanks for watching.
I'm the one that needs to be reined in. We're not done. You're still looking at me like I'm an idiot. Kevin's in next.
Somebody give me something good. This coffee's cold, Lorenzo. I'm so out of it right now. Come on!
But we're not done. I am going to come back and play Into Oblivion from Funeral for a Friend, and you're still looking at me like I'm an idiot.
So how is the camaraderie between you and the other DJs on Q101?
This is a very uplifting sort of place, and I think everybody does things for the greater good. You know what I mean? Whereas most radio people are out for themselves, but it's a real team here, and I think that helps kind of foster that camaraderie.
Now, would you say you've grown up with this radio station? I mean, even as a kid before you came here.
Absolutely.
Would you say you listened to the station? Because
Q101, it has, it was other things then, but it's been an alternative station for I think going on 15 years. 14 years, something like that. I mean, and yeah, definitely, it was a huge part of my life growing up. I mean, one of my first big concerts was Q101 Jamboree. Kevin, in fact, won tickets, I think, from either James Van Oslo or Robert Chase, and I remember laying on a trampoline in the backyard, in Highland, Indiana, thinking about how cool it would be to actually be on the radio here one day. And a lot of times you don't get the opportunity coming in radio or doing anything in the media that you don't get the opportunity to work where you want to work. I was always prepared, by my radio advisors in college and whatnot, saying, if you like rock music, be prepared to do news or be prepared to work at a country station. But I thought that was kind of screwed up, and I wanted to break that mold.
It's Kevin Manno. I am live on Q101 right now, just calling to say congratulations. I've been here for an hour and a half doing this. It's 1:30 and I started 12, and I feel like I've been here for about 9 minutes. It just goes by incredibly fast for me. All of the answering calls, it's just the whole thing. Even when I get out here at 5:30, I feel like I've been here for an hour.
It's quite possible that that new device would happen, but if you're talking about like an old-fashioned...
I'm not. All right, so you guys get you especially, you get a lot of, everyone, you get a lot of calls from a lot of weirdos. So how do you usually handle that?
It depends. Most of the time they're drunk, and they're either drunk and angry, or they're drunk and harmless and fun. Those are usually the idiots. So it depends. They set the tone, really. You know what I mean?
So do you guys ever hang up at all?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. As soon as they get unintelligible and they start saying things
swear words,
either swearing or just like they're not making any sense.
What about the people that are normal? Like,
I love them. It's it's the biggest. I mean, I put a lot. I'm very phone intensive on my show, and
so you're not like most radio stations where you get a dial tone or a busy signal.
Oh, dude, Kevin even says to my detriment, I answer more. I'll have 8 seconds before a song's ending, and I still try to answer the call. I answer any and every call. Like it's I sit and it's such a unique experience to call a radio station and actually get an answer, and I think that's one of the last cool things about one-on-one radio. And we could have interns in here answering our phones. I personally could, but I don't. I know what sounds right on my show.
Even if you don't like the song, I do like it, but it gives you goosebumps. It gives you chills, no matter what.
Have you ever considered doing a show with Kevin, with your brother?
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, yeah. Like, if we could do it, we would. I mean, that's why we're stretching it a little bit too, where sometimes I'll stay late, or sometimes he gets here, at 10:30, and he'll come in and sit in with me. And it gets a lot of good response and a lot of good reaction, because to me, you can put two strangers together in a room and pretend that they're doing a radio show, but...
It's kind of the plan right now, we'll eventually do a show together.
But you can't buy this chemistry.
Are you kind of like the nurturing older brother?
Nurturing?
Yeah.
No.
Is he like the misguided little...
No.
I'm more...
He takes care of me, to be honest.
Really?
I'm a mess. I'm a complete wreck, and it seems to be that in every situation I will not, without fail, make the worst possible decision. and I'm the one that needs to be reined in, and he's good at that. So he's the cool one out of the group. I'm not with it.
From 2008 to 2009, Ryan and Kevin Manno were teamed up by Q101 management to host the 7 p.m. to midnight time slot on the station.
I'm so out of it right now that I'm probably not making any sense, but anything you want is in here, and it literally takes just any... Name a band.
Blink-182.
Blink-182. That's your favorite band, isn't it?
It is.
You need to get over that. They're not coming back.
I never will. Before you go on the air, what is given to you?
Nothing is given to me. I get here 2 hours early generally. I'd say on average 2 hours earlier. And then I'll go through a handful of news websites and just, pull 15 to 20 things that are interesting to me, whether it be music related or just news or entertainment news, whatever it is. And I'll, print off the stories and just like write it down. And just as I go, I don't really necessarily figure out where I'm going to talk about them, but as I go, I decide.
What is life outside of Q101?
It's not bad. I sleep when most everyone else is at work. You know what I mean? I'll sleep from 9 to 5, I guess. I'll try and get a good 8 hours in, and then I've got my evenings to kind of hang out, do whatever, and then I'm at work when everyone else sleeps. So it's not bad. It's just the opposite, and I enjoy what I do, so I would certainly never complain about the schedule. Coffee's cold. This coffee's cold, Lorenzo! Overnight radio is different than afternoon drive. It's not, like a show. It's not, Kevin Manno isn't really the attraction here. It's kind of, like afternoons and overnights are more music based, and Electra will tell you the same thing. It's not like Q101 hosted by Electra. Like Sherman and Tingle are much more bold personalities, and that's why they got that job. Like morning radio and afternoon drive are kind of more personality focused. I mentioned this a minute ago, these shock stars, local boys. I'm going to talk to guys that work at like steel plants, blue collar workers. It's certainly not a derogatory term, but a lot of the night shifters, you know what I mean? They work in factories or wherever it might be. But then I also talk to people who work in like bakeries and, like grocery stores trying to get things together. Or just night owls, people who just, kind of don't sleep regular hours and they're just up late listening to the radio. All right, I'm going to try and guess your name, okay?
All right, go for it.
Steve.
No, close.
Hold on. Sam, what are you doing at this very moment?
Now, even though you say that Kevin Manno isn't the main attraction here, do you have people that follow you and like?
I've definitely got my fan base, and it's growing every day. You know what I mean? We all push for that. I'm on MySpace. Because when I was growing up listening to Q101, I loved kind of building that little friendship, as minor as I'm sure it was, with the people that I listened to. James Van Ostel at the time, Brian the Whipping Boy. I used to listen to Wendy and Bill when they were in the mornings here before Man Cow. And like going out and seeing these people or calling in and talking to them was like the highlight of my day.
I don't know. Like we had like 8 seconds. You're like, hey, American Inventor is a new. I'm like, hold on, dude.
How do you see your brother?
I definitely look up to my brother still, regardless of what he said. I probably am a little more, down to earth about a lot of things in life than he is, but I still look up to him. I will never deny the fact that he helped kind of pave the way for me. So I will always owe him that, and I will always respect him for that. I've learned a lot from him. Pretty much everything that I've learned about all of this came from him, the majority of it. But I see him at the same time. Even though he's older than me and he's been here longer, I see him as a peer.
Dude, you got to do that, man. That was awesome. Making the guy, or unless you guess his name.
Wait, what? If I guess his name, I get to pick the song?
Right.
Yeah.
Do that at least once a night. That's so great.
I like that. I thought of that.
So great.
Yeah.
Keep that up. That's good.
This form of terrestrial radio is by far better than anything else. It's so much more personal. You can't call internet radio. Well, I guess you can with internet radio, but satellite radio, you can't call them and talk to them, and you know what I mean? There's that interaction between the listener and the radio station that goes so far.
I'd like to once again thank the Manno brothers for giving me a tour of Q101 as they worked. You have been watching The Lost Tapes. I'm Lorenzo Cordova. Thanks for watching.